Hey, what's up YouTube viewers and betanews.com readers? Brian Fagioli is here with an unboxing, and it's a very cool unboxing. Something that I ordered online that I'm really excited about. It is something you may have heard of. It is called the Raspberry Pi 2 Model B with 1 GB of RAM. So let's see, on the back, let's see what we have here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cover up my order number. Get that to zoom there. So it's the Raspberry Pi 2 Model B 1 GB. It's a quantity of 1. There you go. So I'm going to take it out of this plastic bag. Just a Ziploc type bag. And we're just going to get rid of that. And what we're left with now is a small box. It is the Raspberry Pi 2 itself. So on the top it says 6 times faster, make, learn, and design. So this is 6 times faster than the original Raspberry Pi B model. So this is a lot faster. It's 900 megahertz. It has 1 gig of RAM. It's just a lot faster, and it should be a better experience for people looking to tinker with Linux or different things like XBMC. If you want to put use this for like a home theater PC type of experience, media center experience. So let's see what we have here. We have a quad core Broadcom BCM 2836 CPU with 1 gig of RAM. Has a 40-pin extended GPIO, so you can add like a ribbon cable to do, connect to other things to do programming and whatnot. It has a micro SD slot, which I'm not a huge fan of. The original had an SD card slot. I know micro SD is a lot more popular nowadays since a lot of smartphones use them. But I like the fact that, micro SD cards can be used with an SD card adapter, but not the other way around, obviously. So if you have a really good SD card, you can't use it in here. You have to use a micro SD card, which sometimes they're not as fast. They can be more expensive than a one that's an SD size. So I'm not really sure why they went with that. It may just be a cost savings, but I wish they had gone with the SD card. So let's look at the ports. So it has 4 USB ports, a full-size HDMI, 4-pole stereo output and composite video port, CSI camera port, and a DSI display port, micro USB power source. So let's see. Get started tells you to go on the internet. But we're not going to do that right now. We're going to actually open the box. So unfortunately, again, I do have my knife here, but we don't need that because there's no seal on the box. There's no sticker. So we're just going to open that up. Ooh, inside. This is actually nice. It's a Raspberry Pi quick start guide and safety instruction manual from Element i4. It is actually pretty thick. Well, it looks like it's kind of thick because of languages. Let's see. Yeah, so a little bit of a letdown. At first, I thought, wow, this is a really nice thick book for different things, but it's actually pretty short. As you can see here, English is pages 4 through 11. Then Czech starts on page 12. So was it like 7 pages or something like that for each language? So it's actually a small manual, just made very thick by including all the different languages. I would prefer, that seems like a big waste of paper to me. I would prefer that it was an online guide that just, something on the box said, like, go to this location to get, like, a PDF. Because this is kind of a thick book that's kind of wasted just on a lot of different languages. So that's just one thought. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep on going here. So inside is the actual Raspberry Pi 2. It is in a static proof bag, which is not sealed in any way either. So it's just loosely in a bag here. So let's look at the top. So what do we see? So here's the GPIO breakout here. You can connect a ribbon cable to different projects, things like that. We have 4 USB ports, which I believe are just USB 2.0. Of course, they're not USB 3.0, but that would be appreciated. Another disappointment here is that this is, I believe, a 10/100 Ethernet connection. It's not gigabit. Again, this thing costs $35, but still, gigabit would be appreciated. I can't imagine that would drive up the price too much, although it might be, from a processing standpoint, it might have like a lot of overhead. I'm not sure there. So let's see, what else do we have here? We have the 3.5mm output for audio. There is a camera connection here if you wanted to add like a Raspberry Pi camera, which people will use for like a security camera almost. You can get like motion detection and things like that. HDMI port, very important. This is where your display out will go. This will give you HD. I believe it should do 1080p. You know, if you were to use like XBMC or something like this on this device. So that's HDMI. Then we have a micro USB port here, which is for power. So I just did an unboxing a couple days ago for the UE Mega Boom. So you can use a cable, pretty much anything you want. Something just to power brick and a micro USB cable is ideal to power a Raspberry Pi 2. You could also power it using, connecting it to another computer, but that, it really depends about, how much power output will come from that port. It's best to connect it to a wall, I would imagine. Let's see. Here, this is a display, and I'm not really sure what this is. It says display. I believe this is if you wanted to hook up, like, a touchscreen display. Some cases have that on the top where you can mount, like, a touchscreen. Imagine almost like having a little smartphone where on the top you have a display. I believe this ribbon will connect to a display. Let's see. On the bottom, there is pretty much nothing. You have right down here the micro SD card slot. So let me see if I have one. Let's see what we got here. I do. Excellent. Okay. So again, the cool thing about Raspberry Pi is you can kind of just use leftover components. Like I said, I have this micro USB cable that I got from a speaker that I can use to power it. Here is an older, not sure even where I got this card from. It's a 32 gig Polaroid micro SD card slot. So let's see. Come on. Get to zoom in on that. I believe it will go in like so. Yep, now it's inserted. Very cool. So that is the unboxing portion of my Raspberry Pi. What I'd like to do next is I'm going to do a separate video of installing it into this case that I bought for it. So that will be the next video in the series.